This week on Rams 360. The Rams continue their winning ways at SoFi Stadium. Take a look back as the defense dominates against the Patriots in Sounds of the Game. Sean McVay sits down with Peter Schrager to discuss what it takes to make a playoff run in this edition of Coach Speak. Cornerbacks coach Aubrey Pleasant is a passionate leader for the defense. This season, that passion was on display for his hometown of Flint, Michigan. All that and more on Rams 360.
Play action, screen right. It's intercepted. Kenny Young down the left side. He hits midfield. Needs a block. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, LA!
Welcome to another episode of Coach Speak, presented by Samsung QLED. It's Peter Schrager. I'm joined by the coach of the Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay. Coach, big Thursday night win against the Patriots, yet here we are this week, and there's already a new opponent. Before we move on to the Jets, let's go to that Thursday night win. Cam Akers, 171 yards, truly was the bell cow on this one. The performance he had with that offensive line and the offense, how would you break it down now they've had a few days to digest it?
Yeah, they did a great job. I thought Cam's energy from the jump really showed up, Peter. Created a little bit on his own, but then it is a reflection of the other 10 guys doing their job. And that was the kind of game that we wanted to make it. I thought it was good to be able to come out and execute. I thought the defense was outstanding like they've been really throughout the course of the year. But I think Cam has really built on a good last month. You're really seeing Thomas Brown do a great job with him, and he's really showing himself to be a pretty special player and want to keep that same sense of urgency. But getting the run game going like that, being able to possess the football, those are always things that are going to be reflective of good things for the Rams.
And the defense was fantastic, as always. We could talk about a multitude of players, but let's stick with 99, because after the game, Jalen Ramsey said, we almost take him for granted. You see him every day in practice. You see what Aaron Donald's doing in the games. Your takeaway from yet another just magnificent performance from maybe the best player in all of football.
Yeah, it doesn't go unappreciated, but it is kind of reflective of what's consistent from him. He always finds a way to impact and influence the game, Peter, and just the way that he shows up and goes about his business, the kind of leader. I think one of my favorite parts is just the kind of teammate that he is. You look at how excited he is for Morgan Fox getting a sack towards the latter half of the game. You look at him getting out in front, he and Jalen going and springing a block for Kenny to be able to finish that interception for a touchdown. Those are the kind of things that are right about the Rams right now, and we got to make sure that we keep emphasizing that. But Aaron Donald leading the way is always a good thing for us.
Absolutely. And then you had a weekend where you can not relax. I know you're not a big relax guy and take a vacation in the middle of the season, but maybe just take a step back, assess, and then watch the rest of the league. How'd you spend your Sunday with all those games on, especially with those NFC West opponents all playing on your TV screen?
Like a fan. Flipped on the red zone, was watching a bunch of different things. Veronica's looking at me like, haven't you had enough? And no, I said, we got still the Sunday night game between the Bills and the Steelers. So that's what Sunday was. Those are reasons why you feel so fortunate to do something you love, because to be able to sit back and be a fan and not even really have any sort of stress, but just, excitement watching and knowing that, hey, we've got an opportunity now to come back, get ourselves regathered, refreshed, and have a great week of preparation and go attack the opportunity to get our 10th win and also secure a playoff spot, which, is an important thing for us.
Yeah, we're going to the final 3 weeks. When you're watching these games, because this is how I do it as a reporter and as someone who is so invested with the daily show that we do, are you breaking down the playoff scenarios? Like, hey, if they beat these guys and these guys beat these guys and we take care of business, like, are you doing that in real time, or are you just watching football and let chips fall where they may?
Yeah, I think you're aware of it, but I think the mental gymnastics that you can go through to try to see where things are going to be, it's more exhausting. I've got enough friends in this league that you actually have a vested interest in seeing them do well also, and it might mean that we get an opportunity to see one another if things go according to plan for our team. But I'm watching it as a fan. Sometimes you might see something and say, well, that's a pretty good idea if we want to implement a play or a good blitz. And but to try to get it involved in the emotional elements of rooting for one team or another, try to stay away from those things.
All right, so the Jets are next, and it's no secret they're not having the season they were hoping for. Obviously, you guys are having a far better year record-wise. How do you make sure your team doesn't overlook an opponent and look towards the next week knowing that there are 53 players who all get paid to play football for a living who will be taking the field on Sunday.
That's it right there. And I think, I trust that we have a mature football team. We have the right leadership, the right veteran leadership that understands the focus and concentration that's required every single week, regardless of who you're playing. I think the best competitors find a way to bring it and reach their highest potential and play to their highest potential regardless of the opponent. I think that's what separates the great ones, or being able to find that edge for yourself. And I think when you really look at the tape, look no further than a team like the Raiders, who they go wire to wire with, that it comes down to a Hail Mary for them to win. This is a team that has beaten the Chiefs and has beaten the Saints, two teams that going into yesterday were really at the upper echelon of each of those conferences in the AFC and the NFC. And so there's a lot of reasons for us to be ready to go. And then we got something to play for as well.
Yeah, and obviously a playoff berth is in your visions. And then, of course, you've got the final 2 weeks of the season. As we sit here today, you've got a few days before this Jets game and then the stretch run. What's the message you're telling the LA Rams?
Be where your feet are planted. Be totally and completely present, because can't win the division this weekend. You can't do anything other than clinch a playoff spot. And our goal is going to be totally focused on the Jets, doing whatever we can to play a good, clean game in all three phases, try to attack the opportunity to get our 10th win, and then deal with what's next after that.
Beautiful. Cam Akers, 171 yards. Here's the stat that our producer Jory told me. The most by a Rams rookie since 1993. Can you name that rookie running back for the Rams, Sean?
Jerome Bettis.
Nailed it. You're good. You are good.
That was told to me after the game, so I can't.
So you knew that
I would never have gotten that one.
Coach speak. Samsung QLED. Coach, we'll talk to you next week.
You're the man.
We're just 5 minutes away from kickoff, Week 14 in Thursday Night Football. Cam Newton and the Patriots are in town, and Newton has 11 rushing touchdowns. Maurice, give me a key to stopping him.
Be physical, because he is 260-plus pounds. You have to hit him early and often.
They talk about being more physical than us. The way we live, the way we get after it. All the extra you did this week, put it on this field today, bro. Put it on this field today. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, let's go. Hey, win on three. 1, 2, 3, win.
Everyone on this sideline looks like they're engaged and ready to go. Let's hope they start fast and get this game going in the right way.
Will, let's go. Let's go. Bring that juice, bring that energy. Let's go.
Can the Rams get back in the win column against New England here at home tonight? Here we go with the rematch of Super Bowl 53. Simba Webster let it bounce and turns it over to Jared Goff. Cam Akers, indeed the starter at tailback. Two receivers out to the right side on the first snap of the game. It's a play fake, a roll to the right. Goff looking for a target, lets it go late, caught at the 35. Higbee up to the 40. He shakes a tackler, still going. And Tyler Higbee crosses into Patriots territory. What a way for Goff and Higbee to start. Akers his single back. They're going to run it, and he's going to cut to that strong side. Akers through one. He's got the 30. He turns the corner. Akers to the 20 and run out at the 10. It's a 35-yard burst. They're inside the 1-yard line of New England. Goff under center. Motion from his left. It's Kupp. Goff goes over the top, extends the football, breaks the plane, and punches it in.
Let's go!
How do you like me now, says Sean McVay. 7-0 Rams as they take the opening possession.
Way to lead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 1-6. Okay. A 1-yard sneak from Jared Goff for the game's first touchdown. A 35-yard field goal from Matt Gay. 10-0 Rams our score. And Jared Goff is back on the field. Has it back to pass. Wants to unload right side. It's low. It is intercepted. On a pass intended for Robert Woods right in front of the Rams sideline. A nearly immaculate first quarter, but they open the door back up for Cam Newton, the Patriots.
Go get the ball back. Give the ball back to our own.
For this defense, this is an opportunity to hold them to 3. We've seen this before multiple times, but you want to hold them to 3 here and not allow them to get 7 on a short field.
From the Rams 12-yard line. Play action, screen right. It's intercepted. Kenny Young down the left side. He hits midfield. Needs a block. Young to the inside. Now back to the outside. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown LA! On the first play of the second quarter, Kenny Young takes it to the house. So 1st and 10 Patriots from the New England 25-yard line. To the line of scrimmage to take on Brandon Staley's defense.
If you're going to come out here and win this game, if you're going to finish off the New England Patriots, you have to start this second half like you did the first half. If you can keep that up, this game will end faster than you think.
Damian Harris breaks the huddle as the single back for New England. Cam Newton goes under center from his own 25-yard line. Patriots in their blue pants, white jerseys, a play fake. Pressure by Brockers. He piles on Newton and sacks him inside the 15-yard line. 4th sack for Michael Brockers, who broke in untouched.
Yeah, Brock!
Again, this defense is starting to lock guys up. Cam has nowhere to go, and then the pressure's starting to get to him, and all of a sudden now he's going to take off and start running.
Newton back to throw. Has to step up to avoid pressure. Could not get away from Aaron Donald.
Guys are just flying to the football right now. It's good to see that energy on a short week of guys playing fast and playing hard.
Here comes Aaron Donald, and he's hit as he throws. It flutters middle. It's tipped. Rams send the blitz. Newton feels it. He's hit. He's sacked again. Snap back to Newton with the walls caving in. Is hit and dropped at the 29. It's another sack for Brock. 5th of the season. He knocks the Patriots offense off the field.
Let's go. Okay, with us. All day. All day. Here's a whole nother quarter. Keep going.
Rams have a 17-3 advantage.
The offense either go down the field and score a touchdown and put this game away.
And Akers begins a new drive. He'll get the handoff. They'll wind him through that left side. Well blocked, point of attack. Akers gets around the first man, the 25, and up to the 30. I mean, he made that edge defender look like he was set in stone.
Cam Akers is just running lights out right now. His vision, the game, it seems like it slowed down for him. Burst, speed, can catch the ball. 13 carries, 101 yards rushing. We haven't seen that type of performance in a couple years from this Rams offense.
Here he is again off the handoff, off the right side. He bursts through it to the 40, untouched to midfield. Akers 25 yards from the 2. Cam Akers in motion. Goff rolls away from it, throws, front right pylon. Cooper Kupp makes the catch, and it's a touchdown! Week 14 and Thursday Night Football belong to the Los Angeles Rams. A wire-to-wire victory, 24-3 over the New England Patriots.
Go, baby! That's how we get it done!
Cam Newton and the Patriots are in town, and MJD, I think we're both happy that the Rams actually lost the coin toss and will get the football first, because you do not want to fall behind Newton and these Patriots.
No, actually, this plays better into the Rams' hands. If you're able to get down the field and put some points up there, preferably 7 and not 3, it makes New England have to play catch-up.
Hey, north and south.
It's a play fake, a roll to the right. Goff looking for a target, lets it go late, caught at the 35. Higbee up to the 40. He shakes a tackler, still going, up near midfield. And Tyler Higbee crosses into Patriots territory.
Hell of a start. Yeah. Hey, Cam, I'm going to let him hit that gap and I'm going to close it.
Akers his single back. Robert Wood split out left. Gerald Everett's tight end to that side. They're going to run it, and he's going to cut to that strong side. Akers through 1. He's got the 30. He turns the corner. Akers to the 20 and run out at the 10. A strong side run for Cam Akers.
Chill there. Swipe that. Swipe. It's there. Swipe that. It's there. Great blocking that duo. Caught me out of balance he caught me out of balance. I'm trying to like get my head in there. He just like shedding. Right arm. Yeah. You get me bruised up in that. I got red all over me. Hey, Cam. I'm coming with everything I got through the hole. You feel me? Hey, boy, hey, let's run off with the lead. Let's run off with the lead. Let's keep it, run off with it.
Now they're in 2nd and 9 from the Rams 12-yard line. Play action, screen right. It's intercepted.
Get there.
Kenny Young down the left side.
To the house.
He
Kenny,
hits
walk.
the field. Needs a block. Young to the inside. Now back to the outside. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, LA! On the first play of the second quarter.
You got $150, Cam? I think half of them belong to me. I just. Good game, boy. Come up. Game 5-5. Good luck. See you soon, bro.
And Akers begins a new drive. He'll get the handoff. They'll wind him through that left side. Well blocked, point of attack to the 30, to the 35, and slung to the turf at the 37-yard line.
Hi, I'm Andy Benoit. This is your All-22, a great performance by the Rams on the ground against New England. We're going to take a closer look.
It was a big game for Cam Akers on Thursday night. Now, nobody does any of this stuff alone in football, and this was a great play by the Rams. A second series, a counter run, and it's really representative of how this game went in terms of execution and some of the play calling and the change-ups. On a counter, you watch the running back's going to go one direction and go back the other way, and then you pull two guys in this case over to the point of attack. That's a counter run. It's more of a man-to-man blocking design than a zone blocking design. So it's a change-up for the Rams, a nice change-up on a short week. And the execution across the board was fantastic. If we just start on the edge here, first of all, Higbee has to seal off John Simon right there. He's got the angle. He's going to do that. That's not a difficult play. That's done very, very well, though. Corbett, we're going to go inside Austin. Corbett, as the puller, has to go over here to take Jennings, the linebacker. And watch real quick, Cooper Kupp right here, the attention to detail. He's going to influence that linebacker right there. Kupp's going to act like he's going to impact him. That freezes Jennings just a beat, and that makes it easier for Corbett to land the block, and then you're in the backfield as it is already. The reason we explained Corbett is because with him leaving, then Rob Havenstein at right tackle has to do what Higbee just did, which is seal off this man. Now, this is a much more difficult angle for Havenstein to get around Lawrence Guy like that. It's called a reach and seal block. And we will say this, though, the Patriots and the Rams understood this. The Patriots are not a gap attacking team defensively. They'd rather clog these gaps. So it's a little more accessible to get around this guy because Lawrence Guy's not going to shoot up the field. So Havenstein understands that, and he gets around and does a tremendous job. I mean, look at the wall from these two. And then Austin Blythe, same thing. He's forming a wall on his end. There's only one guy who's not taken care of, not completely shut out on the backside. That's Kyle Duggar at safety, a good player. And Duggar is the responsibility of Everett. So the idea is Duggar gets around, and Everett's going to get around. They meet right here. However, if you watch the play, Duggar does not get over there. And the reason why is because when you're facing the Rams, you're always worried about the play action boot game. Even when you're seeing a different looking run from this team, you're worried about that. So watch Duggar waits on the quarterback, sees, okay, now it's a run, but by then it's too late. So good attention to detail from the Rams right here, because Jared Goff, you want to come out looking like you might throw the ball. That helps your guy Cam Akers. So Goff does exactly what he's supposed to do, and Duggar is late to the point of attack. And then it was a clean point of attack over here because of some of the blocking we've gone over, but really the biggest key, the best for last here, the double team on Weiss up to Bentley. So with Edwards and Noteboom taking this defensive tackle, this defensive end player right here, someone has to come off of this and work up to this linebacker. Now, the way the play is structured, it's almost certainly going to be Edwards as the guy, but the tricky part about football, the pieces move once the ball is snapped, and as the play shakes out, it winds up having to be Noteboom who comes off and takes Bentley, and he does a fantastic job. And then Cam Akers finishes the run really well, but look at this. I mean, there's no contact on Akers for the first several yards in this run, and then anytime you have a lead blocker at the point of attack and he has nobody to block, you've done a lot of really good things offensively, both in your play calling and your execution. This is a great representation of Thursday night's game right here.
That's it for this week's All-22. I'm Andy Benoit. We'll see you next time.
When you assume no clean water, you think third world country. You don't think America. Some issue that you could only dream about. or think about happening in other countries are happening right here. And I'm from Flint, Michigan. As I've been able to move up through my career and pursue my dreams, a lot of the things that I've been able to obtain and a lot of the success I've been able to have, I think is directly attributed to my experiences growing up in Flint. And in 2014, at that time, the state didn't require local water treatment plants to protect the water pipes from corrosion. It ended up causing a really rare form of pneumonia. And you had a bunch of people that died and you had a bunch of people that were sick because of the water. I think there's some basic luxuries that people have when you have clean water that you don't even think about. Routine trips home, having to brush my teeth with bottles of water, or getting yelled at by my mom because I'm trying to rinse off an apple with some water. That was a really tough time for me. While all that was happening, I was still able to wake up every day and go to work and do what I love. That sense of reality just refreshed my causes that are deep inside of me that I needed to make sure I try to help make more change. The first is the Community Foundation of Greater Flint, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It was created by the people of Flint for the people of Flint. The second group that I'm working with is the Quartz Water Source, who is basically working on development of clean water technology. And together, they have partnered to create a Water to the People Fund, really just designed to allocate the grants to just make sure they're going to water-related projects in Flint. There's still a small group of people that will be affected by this that can't get any help. And I wanted to make sure I shed light on that and also try to use my platform to give them some cushion. For me, doing this is a way to give back because it really takes all of us to make it right. This is not about Coach Pleasant. It's really about the city of Flint. It's really about the things that they've given me. Try to use it to bring some light, to try to make everybody understand that the ability to be able to have water is a right, not a privilege.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for more Rams 360.